You know, when Japanese companies, they name an anime or a game character with the words black or white, they tend to prefer to use Japanese names like Kuro and Shiro, or they use French, Blanc and Noir. I think they should try using Spanish for once. Hi and welcome back to the channel. I'm Steven from X Kurogane Studio. Today with an anime figure haul, and we have 5 boxes on my desk with a total of 6 scale figures to unbox, which is quite a substantial haul, but this is nowhere as expensive as my previous figure haul more than a month ago, where there were like 5 scale figures from Goddess of Victory Nikke. I have heard your request. So many of you commented that you wanted me to unbox and review Kafka from Honkai Star Rail. So I have one right here directly from Apex Toys. I'm going to check her out. But I am not yet done with Nikke. Not even close. So we also have Nikke figures to unbox, 3 of them actually. And the remaining 2 figures are low budget figures which I just couldn't overlook. I need to check them out no matter what because I find them to be pretty attractive. But as you can see, yeah, another box over here getting badly damaged during shipping. I hope that the figure inside is okay. But this one was shipped via a different service from China. Meanwhile, the ones with these paper corners over here, these cardboard corner protectors, these are from Superbuy. So these 2 are from Superbuy while the other 3 are not. So as you can see, the stuff shipped with Superbuy are very well taken care of by the courier. I'm quite pleased about it. So without further ado, we have a long way to go. Let's unbox them one by one. And which one shall I begin with? I'm curious about this one. Let's check her out. Hopefully the figure inside is okay. And alright, there we go. Okay, so you know, with these purple color tapes over here, what happens was that some of my figure boxes, like 2 or 3 of them, they were taped together, no combined shipping by the courier. So nothing unusual going on over here in terms of the weird purple color tapes, which I'm also seeing it for the first time. Of course, there is empty space in the box, as you can see over here. The top portion is empty and there were no additional protection to make sure that the figure is immobilized. The box is immobilized, so inevitably it is going to cave in when the logistics company, they stack something heavier on top of this box during the shipping process. I'm hoping that okay, it looks fine. I don't think the figure is damaged. Oh, I see. This is the low budget figure. Okay. Yeah, of course. These are cheap figures, so they won't put in too much effort in packing the figure, I guess. Oh, there is some damage to the figure box behind here, but fairly minor. Alright, so 2-in-1 Lulumu and Kuromu as a set by Bear Panda. I haven't reviewed a figure by Bear Panda in a long time. So this pair of figures over here, if I remembered correctly, a set of 2 1x6 scale figures, they are going for just under 400 Chinese yuan. Yup, and this is what the box looks like. Fairly simple paper boxes. Let me double check the prices I paid for her, for these 2 figures. But from what I remembered, I paid way below the official MSRP price, which I always do because I am a cheapskate. I'm always looking for bargains. So what would be the price? Yep, I'm putting the screenshot on screen. This is before taxes and shipping. 336 Chinese yuan for a set that is insanely cheap. Okay, so putting both of these aside. Next one. Which one should I go for? Alright, this one right here. The small one first. So these corner protectors, they appear to be very effective in keeping the box rigid. This is a figure, a low budget scale figure, which I have been a fairly big critic of because, 1 by 10 scale for 8,000 yen. Yes, 1 by 10 scale for 8,000 yen. So you can already guess which figure this is. I'm still patiently waiting for the actual scale figure to come out, the 1 by 7, because that one's badly delayed. Alright, despite the tight fitting box with no additional cushioning whatsoever, she arrives perfectly. Very nice. Doro, right? Of course, I'm going to get figures of Doro, and this is just the first one. So here we have Hobby Sakura's 1 by 10 scale low budget figure, Dorothy from Goddess of Victory Nikke, and this one is going for 8,000 Japanese yen. Officially, Chinese yuan, I paid almost 300 for it, if I remember correctly. I'm putting a screenshot from Superbuy on the screen right now. Yes. Okay, I'm actually quite impressed already, even though I'm looking at her from the outside of the box. I think she looks quite good. So up next, okay, so this one is also from Superbuy. I think this is also a Nikke figure. I'm still trying to catch up to see. There are so many Nikke figures that are already out or almost released by now, but yes, too many things to buy. It is not like I can afford to buy everything at once. Now, the month of April to May itself, more Nikke figures coming from Amakuni and Hobby Sakura, and their prices are already going up. I wonder if I should have pre-ordered them early. But I'm always gambling with my luck over here when it comes to aftermarket prices of anime figures. Alright, there is some padding. And you see, the exterior of the box does not look very good, but inside everything looks fine to me. Yep. Noir from Nikke, and I believe this one is made by Good Smile Arts Shanghai. I think it is. So with this figure, I don't even remember the price I paid for anymore because I used my Superbuy credits to buy it. You know, for us content creators, when we collaborate with brands and then they'll top up money for us. So I'm using that free money, more like the money I earned to buy anime figures and unbox it over here. I believe this is about 950 Chinese yuan or so. The official MSRP price is 10,099 Chinese yuan, 1100 yuan, right? That's in Chinese yuan. So I'm putting the price I paid for here on screen, and this is like the same price you see on Taobao from certain sellers. This figure is getting small discounts over in Taobao. If you look around, you might be able to find her for around 900 Chinese yuan or so. Yes, and we are getting non-windowed box again, but it does feel fairly solid. So if I have Noir over here, the next one should be Blanc. Yep, I think it is this box right here. We'll see how they combined two boxes together. Trying to downsize it as much as possible so that the shipping cost won't be too high. I've never seen a Japanese seller packing stuff like this, I think. Not directly from a store like Ami or HLJ. As long the figure's box is in good condition, I have no complaints. Wow. Okay. Yep. If there is Blanc, if there's Noir, there has to be Blanc. They come as a set. The funny part here is that, yes, I bought one with Superbuy and one via a different shipping route because I paid for this figure, but not for this one. Not with my own cash, by the way. So this is Blanc, also by Good Smart Arts Shanghai, officially around 1100 Chinese yuan as well. Japanese price is around 22,000 yen each, if I remembered correctly. And I paid around 930 yuan for this figure instead of 1100. Once again, I'm looking for bargains. Put this one aside. The last box right here. Yeah. Apex Toys' own logo on the box. This one came directly from Apex Toys' own official store over in Taobao. With figures by Apex Toys, I tend to prefer to get it from Apex Toys directly without going through a store, be it Hobby Link Japan, Army, Hobby Search, doesn't matter. I prefer to get it from Apex Toys directly because it is cheaper. Oh, bonus item! I wonder if any of you guys who pre-order these figures from Japan instead of China, do you guys get stuff like this? I think these are limited. Yes, Chinese limited. Yep, not for sale. The thing with this regional exclusivity stuff, right? Sometimes you do get exclusive items when you buy from Japanese stores, but the merchandise you're getting is something else rather than this item over here. Yeah. I really like how Apex Toys pack their figure. They love using this polyfoam over here. Polyurethane foam, pure foam. I love it. Wow, this is a big box. Holy cow. Alright. This is way bigger than I expected the box. Oh no. Shit. It's dented here. What I just said about Apex Toy stuff arriving in perfect condition that aged like milk does not apply to this Kafka. Damn. Wow. I think I need to use Super Buy more often. This is not via Super Buy, so I get this over here. Fortunately, I don't think I will be selling Kafka. I'll be keeping this figure, so the box condition does not matter that much. There are several Honkai figures which I am keeping instead of selling after reviewing. March 7th is one of them. I like March 7th a lot. Damn it. Yes, I'm a bit annoyed. I'm a bit pissed even. So, with the 6 figures all out from their carton boxes, let's go on with unboxing. Right, before I open up this one, how much did I pay for her again? 838 Chinese yuan. Yep. I'm not sure how much is that in Japanese yen, but it shouldn't be more than 20,000 yen. Maybe way below that even. Oh wow, that is... At least it seems like nothing is broken, given how many fragile parts there are in the box. Okay, there is way less assembly than I expected, other than the sword into her hand. All looks good. So it is all the fault of her base, which is why the box is so damn big. Oh, this looks amazing. I love it. Okay, everything appears intact. I'm very pleased with what I'm looking. Right, we'll move on to assembly later on. I like how attractive this box looks. You know what? I am very impressed. Like, yes, there is a limited amount of detail they can squeeze or add into this figure given her size, but why is her thighs or her legs so big but the head is so small? Let me double check the character design. I think it is because I'm looking at her from this angle. It looks like her legs are so big, but on the official artwork on the box, yeah, kinda big. I might be underestimating how big her thighs are. Her legs in general. Right. Moving on to the next one. Let's go with Blanc. Oh no, Blanc is also dented. Blanc was the one Man, in general, I don't care about boxers that much, but it is still painful to see, that's for sure. Yeah, just a slight dent. Okay, I wasn't aware that Blanc had 2 head sculpts included in the box. That is nice to have. And assembly sheet. Okay, there's not much going on. Okay, this actually looks beautiful. Why do both of her head sculpts look identical to me? Okay, there is a slight difference, but this is a weird difference. I'll discuss that later on. So this is a fairly straightforward assembly from the looks of it. Same thing with Noah, 2 different head sculpts, alright? Oh, nice. The boots are very nice. The details, man. Oh, and the gold color paint. I'm a bit worried about the gold paint because it looks very nice now when it is still brand new, but I don't know if it will fade over time. By right, if you don't expose your figures to ultraviolet light or radiation, and that includes fluorescent lights indoors, should be fine, right? I have gold-plated Gunpla kits from like 15 years ago where the luster of the gold plating has not faded yet because I keep them in the dark. Yeah. Right, we'll assemble it later once again. Lulumo and Kuromo. Oh no, I accidentally cut the box slightly. Okay. Oh, free stuff in the box. A pin. Once again, I have no clue if this is included in the international version. Lulumo and Kuromo pin. Extra base for plugging both figures into the same base, I guess. Yep. 2 faceplates, one with the 3D eye tracking faceplate, which is normal with Bear Panda stuff, or there are plastic films that I need to remove later on. And Kuromo. I don't remember when this pair of figures were released. I think it was way back in February, which makes them fairly new figures as well. Another pin here. 2 of the same pins, so that means that these are not included with the figure officially. I think the seller just threw them in as a free gift. I'm not sure what it is like overseas, but over here in Asia in general, and that includes China, not just Southeast Asia, people love free gifts. And sometimes when people are buying something expensive, they expect to get free gift, even though it is not mentioned that they'll be getting one. Alright. I'm actually kind of impressed, right? Remember, 160, 170-ish Chinese yuan, which would be like, is it 4,000, 5,000 Japanese yen? And you're getting this kind of quality? Wow. Right. So I will be switching up the camera angles and we shall continue assembling the figures one by one. Alright. So we have 2 different sets of black and whites over here. The Japanese one and the French one, like I mentioned earlier. We shall unbox the Japanese one first. No Spanish version, unfortunately. So this is the ordinary plastic base that we are getting for the standard version. If you buy the figure separately, you don't buy a set for any reason, then this is the base you're getting, just plain plastic disc. But you know what? This is a fairly high quality base. Not bad at all. So I won't be using this base. I suppose that it needs to go back in here, and I have just thrown away the plastic. Okay. Same thing with Lulumu right there. So what about this bonus base to display both figures together? So this is what it looks like. Slightly better looking, but still the same solid ABS plastic base. And which is front? Is it this way or this way? Should have taken a look at the box. No, not mentioned on the box either. I think this is the front. Okay, so here we have Kuromo. Oh wow, nice backside there. Oh, nice. Alright, so let me plug this into the base first. And plastic film in front because the front hairpiece is not removable. Oh, the entire head is removable. That makes it easier. Oh, pearlescent paintwork. Bear Panda always surprises me. So, if you pay attention to her hair, very shiny. This is pearlescent paintwork, and I certainly did not expect to see this kind of paintwork in a figure this cheap. And shading is fairly heavy as well. Very nice. Yeah, off the good start. And okay, as for the 3D eye tracking faceplate right here, so this is the 3D eye tracking faceplate. I'm not sure how much the eyes are actually turning depending on which angle you look at it from. Yeah, normally I'm not exactly a big fan of these 3D eyes, but some people do love it. This 3D eye faceplate is a cheap one, I can tell, because some of the more expensive ones, like figures that are slightly more expensive than this, but still low budget, their 3D eyes are a lot clearer. This is a bit blurry actually, not as clear, the plastic over there. So I can tell the difference between the 3D eyes in a 160 Chinese yuan figure and one that costs maybe double as much, but still low budget, right? Okay, so let's move on. Oh yeah, she comes with a tail. I have forgotten. That explains why her head is removable, because you need to plug in the tail anyway. So where does this go in? Where is the butthole? I know I should be reading the instructions, but let me try and find it. Not down here, right? Nope. Where is it? I'm confused right now. Or is her tail removable? No, does not seem to be removable. This is why I read instruction sheets. No, she does not come with one. No, there were no instruction sheets. So where am I supposed to plug this in? Is it underneath her hair or what? No, not either. I think her tail is removable. No, I'm not going to pry that off. I'm not going to take a risk. Where does the tail go in, man? Okay, I am very confused right now. Let's leave it here for now. To be honest, I am fine without plugging in the tail if that bunny tail is there in its place, you know. One less thing to worry about, especially when the tail looks fragile. Okay, so Lulumu right here. There is a hole on Lulumu's butt, but hold on a second. There is actually a hole in her butt, but I couldn't see it because it is so black. It is right there, right in front of me. I couldn't see it. Uh, yes, there is a hole there. Jeez. So I can't tell which angle it is supposed to go in because, you know. Okay, I think I got it right. Ah, Lulumu's stockings are real fabric, but Kuromo, no, it is painted. Interesting choice there. Interesting difference. Wait, how am I supposed to? Okay, wow, they are very close to one another. Okay, so this is a bit concerning because on the back of the figure, you know, their hair are in contact with each other, touching each other. So I'm not sure if in the long term, we are going to get some paint transfer issues. I'm not sure. I think I'm supposed to plug in Lulumo first before Kuromo. I've done it the wrong way. And her tail as well. You know, I'm so glad right now that I did not use too much force to pull out the rabbit tails at the back of the figure, which are not supposed to be removable. Alright. Right, so this is what this pair of figures look like. In my opinion, I'm very impressed by it. No matter how many times I look at low budget figures, yeah, there were a few that, you know, my reaction was, yeah, to be expected. But there are also those that keep surprising me. I think Bear Panda has done it again. They surprised me. This looks better than many of their previous releases. And yes, the other eye tracking faceplate right here. This would be Lulumu's eye tracking faceplate, which is going back into the box because, yeah, not a fan of these at all. So off you go back in the box, and I'm gonna clean up my desk and we move on to the next figure. Moving up next, let's go with yes, let's go with Dorothy first. 8,000 yen figure, and we are getting metal foot pegs. Yes, that's right. Good Smile Company, are you hearing? Are you listening? So this is where they chipped out. The base is just a plain plastic disc base. But you know what? It still feels fairly high quality. Yeah, it is not flimsy or soft. It is still very tough plastic. And here we go with the first quality control issue. Can you see a black spot in front? I think you can. Yeah, this black spot over here, I can't remove it even if I rub it. So it is a defect right there, a small one, and some of you may not care because it is the base. Okay, so this is where I'm quite shocked by several things. Considering the price of the figure, yet it makes sense at the same time. So first up, the foot pegs. Metal. Maybe because they couldn't do plastic foot pegs, it would be too thin and too fragile. As you can see, her feet are very small, very thin. Maybe this is why they had to go with metal, and it is definitely the correct decision. And the next thing is the stockings itself. I'm not sure how close can I get. Okay. There is some gradient painting and some satin finish on it. I'm actually a bit shocked to see a satin finish on a figure that is actually low budget. I guess I shouldn't be that surprised anymore. The Chinese almost can do anything nowadays. Okay. So it is a bit tight. Okay, I'm not able to push the foot peg all the way in, and I'm not sure if I want to do that. Yes, the foot peg connection is a tad bit too tight. Fine, I'll leave it this way. So currently, my early impressions, I am beyond impressed because maybe because my expectations were a bit low, or I am unsure what to expect because, for one, we have good small company, and their pop-up rates, which I rarely have nice things to say about. The next thing would be the exact opposite of that, which would be, let's say, Gift Plus series of low budget figures by Mietos, which are incredible for the 7,000 yen you are paying for. And then there is Apex Toys and their Lime Pie series, which are also 1x8 scale low budget figures at around 6 to 7,000 yen. That is right in the middle, not as good as the Mietos Gift Plus, but still way better than what Goodsmart is offering with their pop-up rates. Meanwhile, I couldn't comment too much on Furious Stanitol figures yet. I've never unboxed or reviewed those. And I have to say, spoiler alert, this could be better than both the Good Smile and also the Nietos Gift Plus and also Apex Lime Pie. The only negative about it is the size, 1x10 scale. But in exchange for having a smaller size, I think the quality, the refinement over here is quite outstanding, right? I can't say I did not expect this because I already suspected this would be the case when Hobby Sakura announced that they would do 1x10 scale low budget figures for their Nikke characters. So if they were asking so much, 8,000 yen for a 1x10 scale, that means it has to be pretty good. And so far, based on what I'm seeing here, that seems to be the case. There is obvious shading on the hair as well. So any other details, I'll save that for my detailed figure review later on. Let's put her aside. So what do we get here for the base? Okay, the base is simple but fairly classy. You might be able to see some wooden texture on the surface. The finish is actually quite nice. I like it a lot. So I don't think I can complain much given what we're getting over here. Okay, there is an extra head sculpt over here. So the difference between this face part over here compared to the default one in the box is that this one has some additional blushes on her face as if she is drunk from drinking too much alcohol, too much booze, too much beer. Yep, I think I will go for this one because of the blush in her face. Anyways, let me bring out the actual figure itself. Okay, currently the early impressions I have is that this one appears to be fine in quality control because the last few Good Smile Arts Shanghai figures that I have reviewed had QC issues. Minor ones, but still QC issues. Oh, it is tight, yet not too tight. No, slides in very smoothly. I love it. So this is what the default face looks like. Quite nice, but I'm going to swap it out. I just have to pull the head out, right? Yeah, looks like it to me. It's fairly tight. It's very tight. I don't want to break these two objects over here because they look amazing. Wow, wait, let me turn it around. Uh, I do not want to break anything. Alright, it is out. Okay, so I have already noticed one problem over here, which is, yes, the figure is fairly wobbly, fairly shaky, and the base is obviously too lightweight and too hollow. Look at this. Yes, it feels like it is easy to knock over this figure. This is not very good. Next figure here, Noah, and she is already permanently stuck to the base. Damn. Can't say I like that. Ah, because of her dress. Alright. I just noticed that there is a plastic film over here, but not in Blanc somehow. I'm not sure why. Yes, she also looks like a bit drunk, so they are meant to match each other. Let me swap out the head, I guess. Where should I grab her head so that I don't break anything? By the way, the base design is identical, except this figure, she is permanently fixed to the base. That really sucks. Okay, this is a lot easier to remove compared to Blanc earlier. So with Noir over here, I think I like Noir a bit more than Blanc. Maybe because the colors on this figure is a lot richer, with all the different shades of brown color, the heavy shading, and most importantly, her boots over here are so darn detailed compared to what we are getting with Blanc. So I like this figure a lot more. Quality control looks good so far, but this is just a quick inspection. I might find more QC issues later when I prepare for a detailed figure review. Right, okay, let me take the base out first. I do not want to drop anything. Okay. Diorama base, I love it. Right? I'm always looking for diorama bases in anime figures. So everything appears to be solid and not broken. And we do have a pack behind here on this effect part as well. Base is fairly heavy. It still feels a bit hollow, but much better than anything else I'm getting here today. So that's one thing. Yep, effect parts. You see, Chinese brands are giving us bases like this compared to the Japanese, and yet the figures are still fairly reasonable in pricing. Fairly. Yes, I'm saying fairly because nowadays Apex Toys scale figures are no longer that cheap anymore. Have you guys seen the new Raiden Shogun figure that is currently on pre-order? That's like over 40,000 yen. Okay, so Kafka. Oh, it went in very nicely. Great quality control right there. And the most challenging part, right? The sword. Oh. Quick look at the sword. This looks incredible, isn't it? It might have been the right decision to listen to you guys and buy one after all. Well, I was already planning to buy one, just that it wasn't an urgent purchase, but you guys kept bugging me for it. Yep, there is a hole at the back of your hand. I need to plug this in. I guess I was worried for nothing. Turns out to be a lot easier than I expected. And oh, okay. I thought there was a pack over here. No, it is just an effect part design. No, there are no packs over here. The sword is so light. And just like that, I have completed assembling a figure. I'm very pleased about it. Like, assembly was straightforward, simple, no fuss, unlike some of Apex Toys' older figure releases, which were really a pain in the butt to put together. This was easy, yet the figure looks very detailed. Early impressions, very happy with it. And I'm saying this as someone who also has third-party figures of Kafka. Just one though, the one by Imagination Studio. And honestly speaking, the paintwork on the hair on the third party is actually better. Yes. At the same time, third-party figures, they more than often cost more than genuine PVC figures, and you are always taking a risk when you pre-order those. If you're unlucky, you'll get something major broken. right? If not, you get a perfect figure, then all is good. So for everyone else who do not want to take the risk, I think this is a really good buy. Of course, there is a lower budget figure of her. It was also by, was it by Mietos? Is it Mietos or Apex? I think it is by Mietos, right? Mietos also has a gift plus of her, the one in purple dress. I might review that one day, but not urgent at the time being. For Blanc and Noah, there are so many figures of her coming up. There are the 1x4 skills by Stargazer, which I believe is a new brand, and they are also making figures of these two characters in this same exact outfit, except they are 1x4 skill. I'm not sure yet if I will pick up those. And then there is the Alter one in Bunny suit, and given that these two characters are fairly popular in Nikke, I can see Hobby Sakura making 1x7 skills of these two characters eventually, not just the 1x10 skills that are currently on pre-order. Meanwhile, Lulumu and Kuromu, well, if you like what you're looking at today, go out and buy one now. Don't have to wait until after my review. This is one heck of a bargain. A pair of twins, right? Not really common in anime figures. If you see a pair of twins coming as a set at this low of a price, go and get one. So with today's figure haul, I'm fairly happy, fairly pleased with it. Except for one thing, which is multiple figure boxes getting partially damaged or dented. That was a bit, yeah, infuriating to say the least. As usual, I will be reviewing all of these figures one by one in detail with all the close-up macro views so that you get to see what the paint quality is actually like close-up and whether there are any quality control issues. So until then, if you want to check out more of my anime figure content, do not forget to like this video and also subscribe to this channel. My next upload is just a few days away. You know, I publish 2 to 3 videos every week on this channel, so there are a lot of content to check out. So thanks a lot for watching to this video all the way to the end, and if you want to sign up for a Super Buy account or you shop on OSGK on HLJ, please do not forget to check out my affiliate links down in the description below. Until then, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you soon in just a few days. Goodbye.